I was having a conversation with an ancient Egyptian the other day. Not your average run-of-the-mill mummy, mind you, but a sophisticated fellow named Pasa who lived some 3,000 years ago. We met in a dream, and after exchanging the usual pleasantries about the heat and the pharaohs, we got down to business. Pasa, I said, what's this I hear about you apologizing for washing your feet in the Nile? That's in the Book of the Dead, right? Pasa looked horrified. Yes, it's true. I felt guilty for disrespecting the sacred waters. The Nile was a goddess, Happy, the bringer of life. We offered her prayers and sacrifices, not our dirty toes. I sighed. Well, Pasa, things have changed. Nowadays, we Egyptians seem to think of the Nile as less of a goddess and more of a, well, let's say a garbage disposal. Pasa gasped. You jest. Surely the descendants of a civilization that built the pyramids wouldn't… I had to cut him off. Oh, we would, and we do. We pour industrial waste, plastic bags, and enough garbage to start a new archaeological dig into the very lifeblood of our country. We've turned the Nile into a floating junkyard. His face fell. But the Nile is the reason Egypt exists. It gave us water, food, transportation, everything. Why would you do such a thing? Well, I said, it's complicated. There are the factories dumping their waste because it's cheaper than disposing of it properly. Then there's the untreated sewage from the cities. And let's not forget about the millions of plastic bags and bottles we seem to think will magically disappear if we toss them into the water. Pasa shook his head. This would never have happened in my day. We believed that if we mistreated the Nile, it would dry up and leave us to perish. I nodded. That's still a possibility, Pasa. The way we're going, the river might turn into a trickle, and our grandchildren could end up reading about the Nile the way we read about Atlantis. Pasa looked at me with a mixture of sadness and disbelief. Perhaps it's time for another Book of the Dead, only this time it will be the Nile herself writing it. He vanished, leaving me alone to ponder whether we modern Egyptians would ever feel the same shame as Pasa did for merely washing his feet in the river that gave us life. This is Nellie Mortagee, and I thank you for watching.